Pickles deceive the human brain. They are over 4,000 years old and they once gaslit Cleopatra into believing they could make her hotter. While the greatest achievement of the Greenie Weenie has been psychological manipulation, the human brain has achieved much worse things. It's the most complex object in the universe, capable of learning, growing, forming new beautiful friendships, react to positive stimuli, and to trauma. Most computer science students associate this word with the term graph theory.
Excuse me, Nicholas Knowledge, what does this have to do with the topic of the video?
Graph theory is a discipline that attracts the most differently clean members of society. A great man once summed it up as, when all you've got is a crayon, everything looks like dots and lines. Dots and lines, dots and lines. The functioning of a traffic light can be drawn as a graph. The map of all the locations in a small town can also form a graph. But we can go bigger and bigger. The network of all the users in a social media platform. The whole entire internet. The social circle of people who secretly wish for your castration. And it's mostly women. The brain can also be represented as a graph. Theoretically, you could draw each neuron in your cranium as a dot, and each connection between pairs of humping neurons as an edge. But simulating a brain that way would require the sort of economy-ruining computational power that you could only really attain if you somehow managed to grab the global markets by the balls and turn into an evil technocrat. That's not possible, right? Without billions of dirty dollars, we need to shoot the complexity of the problem in the head. So researchers modeled the brain by associating to each clump of tightly knit neurons one dot. And that's awesome! All they needed at that point was 4,000 brain scans. I mean, I got one, but it will take me a while to get another 4,000. Diffusion imaging. Why butcher 4,000 Reddit users when you can just take a big-ass magnet and track the movement of the water through the brain tissues? Let me show you. With complex, densely packed tissues, water can only travel through certain passages. With a special kind of MRI, you can track this water flow. And it works for more complex shapes as well. Including the brain. Once they repeated this soul-crushing procedure on 4,216 people, the researchers obtained a huge dataset containing scans from people of all ages. It ranged from newborns to 90-year-olds. Or, whatever was left after 70. So, what's that? It's complexity! Back at it again! Let me show you. Let's tie one little fella, little piggy. Now's the big moment. Oh, I feel like my inguinal hernia is gonna pop like a sun-dried condom. This shit's tilted. It does not feel safe. Okay, so 4,216 data points is not that much. We can just plot them in a 3D space and try to spot any relationship. Wrong! You have about 34 million values to process, which computes to... values per person! Have you ever tried to visualize a bunch of points in an 8,000 dimension physical space? Try starting from 4 and then tell me what it feels like to wake up in a pool of your own piss. That's where uniform manifold approximation and projection comes in. It's a technique to reduce the dimensionality of the data from over 8,000 to just 3, while trying to preserve as many local relationships as possible and keep a consistent distance metric. It basically just squeezes the data with the same passion of an Italian winemaker at work thinking about his wife's proposal to open up the relationship. And it leaves us with this. Each of these diagrams has 90 balls. Each sphere represents one age, from 1 to 90, each associated to a slightly different color. Different clusters represent different runs of the angry winemaker extraction. And you can see that in every cluster there's always a clear distinction between young and old people. And it's not just about erectile dysfunction. By analyzing these patterns, the researchers discovered something actually shocking. The brain goes through 5 stages throughout our lives. Now, the last 2 are just actual brain rotting and devastation. The first one is piss baby biology. The third one is a slow and melancholic decline towards dementia. And the second one is the shit. Challenging more traditional beliefs about human growth and the age of development, researchers discovered that the brain gets more efficient, interconnected, and that each part strengthens its own internal connection from the age of 9 all the way to the age of 33 years old. And it does so with such persistence that you could really compare it to my own desperation. This shows that there's immense room for growth all the way into your 40s even. And you can use this newfound capacity to improve, learn something, or get a newfound substance abuse problem. But there's more for the pessimists out there who I really despise. There is something interesting in old age as well. During aging, much like the 1930s United States, segregation increases. Basically, different parts of the brain become more loosely connected. But the individual modules grow stronger and closer, and that, we don't exactly know what that entails. But it can't be bad, right? If you're in the average age group of the average pointless knowledge viewer, the message you should suckle from a virtual nipple of knowledge is that what you choose to do and who you choose to be right now is going to actually shape the structure of your brain. And you could reap the benefits of something like that for the rest of your life. Or you could just start smoking crack.